All right, here's something, since we were talking about comedians. And Marin had something good I noticed on Twitter the other day, my old friend Mark Marin, about, if you're punching down, you've got a problem in comedy. And here's Chris Morris. I don't know if you've ever seen The Brass Eye, but if you haven't seen this British Brass Eye, if you want to understand where so much of like British comedy has come from over the past 5-10 years, et cetera, et cetera. The Brass Eye, it's like, I don't know how big it was in England. I have no idea. I think it was pretty big. I mean, they don't have, but there's a quality for someone like this guy's like the Velvet Underground in music, where it's like they sold 1,000 records, but everyone who bought a record started a band that you've heard of.
By the way, Brass Eye and I believe The Day Today, they're all on YouTube, so people can just watch those.
Oh, YouTube. Yes, I've heard of that. And here is Chris Morris talking about the point of satire in this day and age. And I think he's reacting maybe to, or is this just an example that we have of Maya Rudolph? Oh, that's just an example. Yeah, but here.
I don't really see the point of comedy unless there's something underpinning it. I mean, what are you doing? Are you doing some kind of exotic display for the court to be patted on the head by the court, or are you trying to change something?
Isn't Trump half the time many steps ahead of you?
Ahead of me?
Yeah, ahead of you. Ahead of you in the sense that he's doing things even you might not have dreamt an American president could do.
But it's not about the failure of your imagination to get to a point. It's what he's doing. Trump's move is to confuse people, yes, but you've got to stick to what's actually happening. And I think that, you need to take notes pretty fast right now, but I don't think he's escaped ridicule. I mean, he is self-ridiculing, but you're always going to be able to ridicule someone like that. The problem is that I think we've got used to a kind of satire which essentially placates the court. You do a nice dissection of the way things are in the Orthodox elite, and lo and behold, you get slapped on the back by the Orthodox elite who say, jolly good, can you do us another one? That's not what it's about. So in a way, these times should bring on something with a bit more clout.
And you really don't feel outflanked by the bonkers which is going on right now?
No, I really don't.
Come on.
I don't feel outflanked.
Even you couldn't have conceived some of this stuff.
But it's not about that, is it? It's about looking at what's happening and deciding what's ridiculous about it. It's not about, at the time we were doing the Day Today, the Sunday Sport was reporting World War bombers on the moon. It's never about that. It's about the thrust, and it's really about whether the people that you're lancing can get off your spike.
I mean, it's sort of stunning. I don't know if that guy actually got it. The idea is not like, oh, I sit around and imagine what silliness President Trump can do again, or anybody in power, what they could do again. The idea is actually reinterpreting what they're doing and showing people what the essence of what they're doing is and what is problematic about it. And the idea is you got to draw blood. And if people can appreciate the work, the way that you're satirizing them, then you're not doing it correctly. And by people, I mean the people in power. You don't need to satirize people who don't have power because it's irrelevant, largely irrelevant. I mean, unless it's really just to edify people's superiority over others. This is a good example of this. Maya Rudolph playing Kamala Harris. Now, look, she doesn't write this stuff. And, Saturday Night Live is really fundamentally about talking to 15-year-olds. And I'm not being facetious about that. I mean, I think that is like the specific...
Do kids really watch SNL anymore?
Oh, I think...
I feel like it's for baby boomers.
I think that it's probably like 15-year-olds and 65-year-olds. I don't know.
People who don't go out on Saturday night.
That's right. But I don't go out on Saturday night, and I don't watch it. Kamala Harris, the girl being played by Maya Rudolph on NBC, that girl was me, and she talks about that. And then Maya Rudolph is like, yes, Senator, and honored to attempted to be as cool as you. I mean, I guess maybe the writing was more biting, and she's just happy to be the vehicle, but I don't know.
Oh my God. I mean, look, people can also get really triggered and have intense reactions to satire that's not even that good of them. Like, see also Donald Trump. Sure. He absolutely wants to put all of SNL in jail for their weak ass satire. But if the people in power do like it, then you know you've done it wrong.
Exactly.